there, my name is Paul Burns up in sunny Bradford, West Yorkshire, England. Today we're going to have a look at Reaper and we're going to learn a few essential tasks. So today we're going to name and colour tracks, we're going to set and toggle the grid, we're going to zoom in and out, trim and separate or split the tracks, we're going to fade and crossfade, glue or merge the tracks, we're going to set and use track markers, and finally we're going to cycle or loop certain segments of the track. Right-click a track and go down to Track Manager to name a track. Right-click a track and go down to Track Colour to select a colour. So we'll set Snap Grid settings by going to Options, down to Snap Grid and then across to Snap Grid settings. As you can see, it's set to 1/4 at the moment and I like it a bit tighter than that, so I'll set it to 128. The audio file snaps to the grid when I move it left and right. To toggle the Snap Grid on and off, press this button here or use the keyboard shortcuts, which is Alt and S. To zoom in and out, head over to the right of the screen and you can click on these tiny little buttons here, or far easier is to use the equals and the minus key. Equals zooms in, minus zooms out. Move the cursor over the end of an audio clip, right in the middle. You can then hold down the left button of the mouse, dragging and trimming the audio clip. To separate or split a clip, click on the audio clip, right click and go down and select Split Audio at Cursor, or easier is just press the S key. We can move the cursor to the top of an audio clip. Then by holding down the left mouse and dragging, we can apply a fade. If I split a clip and drag the right part over the left, you can see that there is a crossfade. Now this is toggled with this button here on the left, or the keyboard shortcut Alt-X. Sometimes when you've been working with lots of clips and you've got it right, you want to group them all together. So I've got 2 clips here which are separate and I want them together. So I'm going to select them both by pressing Ctrl and A, and then if I press Ctrl, Shift and G, it glues them together. Now this renders a completely new audio file, leaving the original audio files intact. At some point you may well want to highlight part of the track, and this is done by inserting track markers. To do this, you go to the timeline at the top, right click and select Insert Marker. As you can see, it enables me to name the marker and also select a colour. The keyboard shortcut to insert a marker is Shift M. The last thing I'll talk about today is called cycling or looping. You highlight part of your track and you can loop or cycle that particular part of the track over and over. It helps you to analyse what's actually going on in that particular part of the track. Just to the right of the record button is the toggle repeat button, which loops or cycles your selection. This can be controlled from the keyboard by pressing the R key. So today I hope you've learnt some of the essential tasks within Reaper. Every single DAW has exactly the same functionality as this. The keyboard shortcuts will be different, but basically the same task can be carried out in any single DAW that you'll come across. The one thing I would advise anyone to do is learn the keyboard shortcuts. It will save you a massive amount of time in the long run. I would also advise people to go here and download, for this particular DAW Reaper, a PDF file of the keyboard shortcuts. Thank you very much for your time. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson.